It is Seahawks One-on-One, and I have just started the clock on the conversation we are going to have with Derick Hall. It's a little bit of football. It's a little bit of personality. Actually, that's not true. It's a lot of personality when we are talking about D. Hall. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Okay. The similarities between you and DeMarcus Lawrence have been pointed out since day one at training camp.
Yeah, when we signed Law, it was a weird experience because I texted him like, yo, bro, what's up? Welcome to the team. And he didn't respond. I text CP. I was like, dang. Like, Law didn't respond back to me. He was like, just give him some time. Eventually, he got back to me. But, man, the addition of Law has been excellent, second to none, especially helping me in my game. And, just the things he does for this team, the effort it shows throughout the game and the veteran leadership that he brings. And also, like I said, just helping me evolve my game, taking my game to the next level is huge.
Did you know him before he got here? You texted him? No, you just texted him out of the blue. So maybe the number was just not one that he recognized?
Probably so. And I'm sure when you make a move like that and you got a lot of people reaching out to you, so it wasn't no hard feelings, but I wanted to text back from DeMarcus Lawrence.
Well, not only did you finally get that text back, I think you guys have become friends. Mm-hmm. Was there ever any, I don't want to say tension, but look, he's a vet. You're still growing in that veteran status. Right. Were you guys always friends, or was there ever any moment of, ooh, I don't know if I'm going to like this?
No, I don't think there was ever any friction. I mean, just from the day he came in, he's always been so helpful. Helping me, like I said, evolve my game and picking out tidbits here and there. We got this fire handshake. We came up with that early. And, just different things like that along the way, man. DeMarcus he's a second-to-none guy and even a better football player. So there was never any tension. I think that just speaks to part of the culture that we have here. Guys coming in and, whatever else, guys accepting guys up arms, not having any secret animosity, just going out and trying to put the best product on the field for the team. And I think that shows with, obviously bringing guys in like him, Sheed, in the middle of the season and just being able to strike fire.
You know what I think one of the numbers is that helps to identify that? It is the fact that there are 17 players with at least half a sack on this team. Now, I think sometimes it could cause a different type of tension in a locker room, right? When everybody needs those numbers to get paid. It doesn't feel like that in this one. It feels like that's highlighting the culture that Mike McDonald has built, right?
Correct.
But is there ever... Are you guys cheering each other on? Is there ever any jealousy over, hey, whoa, how come I'm not getting my number called for all of those blitzes or pressures?
No, it's not. It's not like that at all. And I think with this coaching staff here, they play the hot hand. So, whoever rushing better up front, that's who's going to get most of the rush snaps, in the second half or throughout the game. And I feel like with the success that we've had, I think that's the biggest thing, like just going out and celebrating one another, being happy for one another. I mean, my year, I've got plenty of pressure, plenty of quarterback hits, but only 2 sacks. But I'm still going out celebrating Leo and his sacks, DeMarcus and his sacks. Just trying to do everything I can to let my teammates know I love and support them. And when you're doing that, obviously you see where we're at now. I mean, there's guys that just loving up on each other. We're loving the process. We're loving the work. And, we just love going out there and seeing each other make plays. And when you do that, the sky's the limit.
Okay, let's go back to the celebration that you and D-Law have. Mm-hmm. How long did it take to come up with that handshake? And do you ever just try it and be like, nope, that's not going to work. Let's tweak this a little bit.
It took a minute. We was trying a couple different things. And
like what?
Just really the handshake has pretty much been the same, but it's just the end part. And Law being crazy and being Law, he's like, man, we need to come up with something where we just line them up, we just hitting, we punishing, and then we just came up with this little thing at the end, and we was like, yeah, that's it, that's what we're gonna do. So our handshake is that, and then that at the end. So pretty cool.
Okay, it is it's like a statement.
Correct.
Is kind of what you're making on that one.
Correct.
You have such an awesome personality and energy. When you have somebody like D-Law or Leo or Jay Reed, how have they encouraged you to lean into that personality? Because they also have their own status in that locker room.
The D-line room itself is crazy. That's the craziest room on the team, I feel like, in any place that you're in. You have a lot of guys, big, strong guys who have different personalities. Everybody want to make sure they're heard. Everybody want to make sure, that they have an input. But, I feel like in this room here, everybody takes your turn. Even when just a simple aspect of going out, we huddle up before every drive on defense. Everybody gets an equal opportunity to have their voice heard and break down and just continue to try to keep the guys going, keep them motivated. So I feel like that evolves not only in the D-line room, but throughout our team as well. And I feel like the vets encourage you to be yourself. They don't want you to come in and be quiet. You come in and be quiet. Hey, man, what's wrong? You okay? You know, like, how you feeling? You know, they're really checking on you to make sure that you're doing well outside the ball and making sure that you come in and put your best foot forward to help the team be successful. So I feel like when you have vets like that who aren't stubborn, you know, who aren't, okay, this is who I am. I've been doing this longer than you. I feel like that helps out.
Well, it also helps out when you have the 12s on your side because you certainly aren't going to tell them to be quiet.
Oh, yeah.
What, if anything, could you compare the 12s to in terms of noise, volume, energy? Is there anything that you have ever experienced that is close to that?
One experience, and people may hate on me for saying this, but the Iron Bowl at Auburn is very, very similar, and it's very, very loud. And those are two things that you can't compare, that you can't you can't talk about. You got to be there to experience it. And I mean, just coming from Auburn and coming here, 12 is second to none. It's electric, best place to play, same as it was for me in college, same thing for me here in the league. And it's just, you know, when you go out there and you just feed them energy, you just feed them plays, you just keep feeding them, it's electric, it's second to none. So when you do that, like, man, let's go. Let's go, because we know they're going to be there and they're going to be loud.
I think the only thing that can make you smile, as much as talking about football in the 12s, might be trucks.
Mm-hmm.
How did you even get a love of trucks to begin with?
Yeah, this was a thing that I've always wanted to do, and we have all these vehicle events back home. I'm from Gulfport, Mississippi, obviously, and we have Scraping the Coast, Jeeping the Coast, Cruising the Coast, all these vehicle events, and that's something I grew up around my whole life, and I'm like, man, when I get older, I'm gonna do this. And I got to Auburn, saved up all my money my freshman year, ate at the dining hall, what we call wellness there. Didn't spend none of my stipend money, whatever. And that into my first year of college, I went and bought a truck. And from that day on, it's been going since. And now I have a lot of trucks.
Okay, I've got 2 minutes left with you. What is the biggest truck that you have either built or owned?
Oh, yeah, the biggest one that I've personally built is my truck that I have here. It's a white mega cab, limited ram. I called it White Mamba. Truck's white. I'm a big Kobe fan, my mentality. And that's the biggest truck I've built. It's on, I don't even know because the bags have so much travel, but it's at least like a 30-inch kit on airbags that goes up and down. And it's like, this is like me, and this is the bottom of the mirror. So, I mean, it's huge. It's pretty big. So I love it. I enjoy it.
Is there a bigger truck that you're trying to get, or is that your max?
Nah, that's probably about the max I can get because I want to drive and enjoy my things. So you get any bigger than that, you're illegal on the street. You can't do this, you can't do that. So I want to be able to put the time and, you know, also enjoy the vehicles after I get done building them.
Do you need a step to get into it? I would need a ladder.
It has an amp step that comes down. Yeah, Jen, you would probably need it.
Come on now. We were having such a great conversation. We could continue with that. Actually, you can find videos of D. Hall and his trucks online. You can also find all sorts of highlights from him. We're going to let him off the hot seat. Our time is up for Seahawks One-on-One.